Welcome everyone to our weekly Discord chat. There is chaos right now in the Pumpkin Plaza. There's, as soon as it got to 3:30, which is our local time here, and it opened, there was like 300 pumpkins. It just started loading into here.
I can't even get in.
Me neither. Loading players for me.
Mate.
Oh my god. Hey Brandon, are you there?
I am here and I am in the Pumpkin Plaza.
Sure, I've got the mic all set up.
Yeah, I can hear you alright. Can you hear me okay?
I see yours. I just got to fix my mic here, Brandon. Give me 1 sec. Output is through MacBook speakers.
You can get in or not?
Alright, can you try speaking again, Brandon?
Yeah, can you hear me now, bud?
Yeah, that's good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. The Pumpkin Plaza is getting quite crowded right now.
We can't get in.
Yeah, I see a couple people posting pictures of loading screens, so...
Yeah, this is crazy. So I can see a bunch of pumpkins pouring in here, but it's just so laggy. There's, I want to say like 400, 500 pumpkins here right now.
Yeah, not quite. Oh yeah, I see them. They're all popping in on the spawn.
Yeah. This is definitely a load test for pumpkins. It was Craig this morning was testing. I think, how many did we ended up testing this?
100.
It was fine with 100, turns out, as it turns out. Not 1,000.
Yeah, so maybe 1,000. 1,000's that new threshold. I do see, for the ones that have made it through, I do see a lot of sharks floating around. I see
That's what
Where
I
are you,
was.
Brandon?
I'm chilling in the cabin with bumpkin number 1 here. I see we got a couple of people outside of our walls trying to siege the building as well. Yeah, it was funny. Whenever we were having one of our meetings earlier, one of the moderators asked, like, well, like, has this been load tested yet? Like, how many people have you tested trying to get into this? And I just told him, like, oh, well, our load test is in a couple of hours.
That's right. This is the reason we only opened this up for 1 hour is so that we could test it out. We do want to have these sort of areas open for the public and you can go chat with players. But yeah, first we just needed to make sure that it would work with a few hundred people. And we've obviously...
It does not.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I might open up the DB here and see how many people are connecting. I want to say around like 500 people at once are trying to come in here.
I'm getting about a second of lag between clicking where I'm going and actually getting there, and I don't even walk there, I just end up there.
Oh mate, this is chaos right now. I'm going to jump over into we've got 150 people in the Discord audience as well. So if you are listening and you couldn't get into Pumpkin Plaza or it's lagging a lot, apologies. It is mayhem in there right now, and we weren't expecting this many people. So we've definitely got some improvements to make. We want these parties to go as smooth as possible. Has anyone managed to get in?
No.
Honestly, at this point, I'm waiting for my browser to crash. I'm trying to scroll around the map, and it's not doing so good.
No. We could have people land in random locations so that they don't all pile in one another.
I think that's a good idea. So yeah, just looking at the numbers here, we've got 601 players in Pumpkin Plaza
600.
at the moment, and so that is causing some serious load issues. Jesus.
Everybody get out.
Yeah, so I think we've got a new stress testing limit that we got to use to see how well this will all work.
Yeah, and I do
Anyway.
just want to remind everybody as well, this is an experimental feature. This is just something that a couple of the devs and Adam have been playing around with in their spare time, seeing what they could do with it. So this isn't something that's going to be launching anytime soon. It's just having a bit of fun with some programming, seeing what can come from it. So plenty of time to fix any issues if this does make it into the live game.
Yeah, that's a good point. This wasn't something that was on our normal roadmap. This was part of our Friday side projects. For something like this to go live in the game, it would go through our normal testing and development.
I mean, this is a good testing.
Yeah,
This is a good testing session.
just unfortunate for the players that are
There's a lot of people waiting.
trying to get in. Yeah, well, that's crazy. We need like separate rooms. Maybe we cap it at 100. I know a lot of games do like 100 people
Yeah.
maximum in a room. Well, that was crazy.
Okay, you still in there?
No, I went to collect the reward in there and everything just froze up from that point. Are there any bumpkins still alive in there, Brandon?
Quite a few, actually. It seems like my latency is getting a little bit better. I can actually see my character moving around when I click now instead of just... Oh, never mind. I'm teleporting again. Alright, so for a second there it was better. And we are over 200 people in the Discord stage right now, so I think this might be a new record for the Discord dev chat, and the number's still going up.
Yeah, that's impressive. So the players want to party. That's for sure.
I do.
We'll definitely have to deliver some improvements on this. The idea is that we can do these parties during our streams. So whether it's a Discord voice chat or the Twitch stream, we think it's a great way to get all the players together, chatting, meeting the team as well. But yeah, for now, we're mainly going to have to do this one through the voice chat. So apologies for any inconveniences for people that are trying to get into this plaza. If you just joined, there is an issue. There's over 600 bumpkins trying to access it right now, and fortunately it's just causing too much lag. So we're going to make some improvements on this for next time. Yeah, I can't believe that there was 600. I think we were talking this morning, we were looking at maybe 200 people max. And now we've got 600 people trying to get in here.
We're about to hit 250 in the Discord as well.
It's a day of record. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We'll probably just go ahead and just do our normal weekly wrap up while we've got you online here. And we'll make some improvements for this party. So next time, everyone can come in and cause some chaos. Guys, what's new this week? What are you working on? What are you excited about?
Multiple bumpkins, mate.
We're still on multiple bumpkins. Romy and I did a massive session today, planning session, just trying to plan out the UI side of things, which was quite complicated, to be fair. But I feel like we hit something in the end, and we can probably start. We'll jump on the tools tomorrow and start kind of putting the code down and playing around with it and seeing how it feels. Also did a lot of, like, I jumped up back over to bumpkins.io and did some fixes. There were some issues there with some some of the authentication issues that people had been facing. We're gearing up for some really awesome items that are going to be released. A whole array of items from like, you know, the cheaper stuff to the really rare, expensive stuff. They're all kind of coming through soon. So it was nice to get back in there and get some fixes on the board there. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it. I think it's going to be multiple bumpkins for me and Romy this week.
Yeah, we've increased a bit the hoarding limits as well. People were asking for that
Oh, yeah.
for a couple of weeks, so we did that this week. Yeah, I think it's just mainly multiple bumpkins, really, right?
Mate, you snuck something into the game this week as well. You can't.
Oh
Still
yeah,
past that.
the Iron Idol. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, this is an item that there's only 200 available to mint. You'll be required to get items from the treasure island. I guess this is quite hard. Will be quite hard to get this item as there's no other way unless digging. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I had this many starfish. Can I get them back because I sold it?" So it's good because everyone's starting pretty much on the same level. So everyone is grinding to get those items, which is good though.
I think it's also worth mentioning, like there is a, you know, there's a two-pronged attack here. It's difficult to get. There's also not many of them. This isn't going to be the last boost that will come for iron, so it's like, don't panic. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go for it, go for it. If you're on your way there, congratulations. But like, don't. We know that iron is a bit of a backlog for all of us. It's a backlog for me as well. We're doing a lot of things behind the scenes to kind of get that in order. We're trying to balance out some numbers. So this isn't the last chance you'll get to kind of get on top of the iron situation. So just keep that in mind. That being said, it is totally exciting to kind of aim for that. So like, I'm there with you, rooting everyone along, hoping that I get there too. But if I don't, it's going to be fine in the end.
Yeah, I think that's well said. We've got the farming equipment and the bunch of skills coming out and a bunch of buildings, and there will be ones that improve your iron there as well. I think whenever we launch anything, we have a wide range of items. And it doesn't mean that every item is going to suit your appetite or the way you play the game. There are some items that's for sort of whale players. There are items that are targeted for 90% of our players, and we always do some in between as well. And so we get it. This item might not be suited for you or the way you play the game, but it is entirely optional. And there's going to be a bunch of other buildings, rare SFTs, skills as well that you can craft. But yeah, it's exciting, mate. Sneaking that one in for the players. I think you caught a lot of people off guard with the starfishes. I got a lot of rude messages from I got a call from my friend this morning, and it was like, "Why didn't you tell me about the starfishes?" He said he had like 12 that he sold a few days ago.
Yeah, I just can't get a starfish to save my life. I try and try and try. I think I've got 2. It's a sad state of affairs over here.
Yeah, I think I got 6 or 5 or 6.
This is your
Yeah,
fault,
really?
Romy, so I don't think you even get to speak on this.
Sorry.
I think it's safe to say we've got a lot of bumpkins crashing the party.
Picture of all the pumpkins on top of
We're actually crashing the party.
It's so good.
So yeah, if you're just joining our weekly team chat now, we had over 600 pumpkins trying to access the party at the exact same time, and that crashed the game to the point where it only looks like the first 60 or 70 that got in could move around. Everyone else has just lagged out and has been stuck at the bottom there, which is great to see. In that screenshot, though, I do see a lot of sharks. I see a lot of people wearing the lion mask, and there's one pirate. I didn't know we actually had any pirates already.
I think chicken drank the potion.
Okay, so there must be a few. There's ID 1450. They've drunk the pirate potion. Super Synapse in the farmers chat has just said I updated my pumpkin to a shark just for the event.
So good.
It's just worth, like, I know we said it a little bit earlier, but this is not a feature. We didn't build this. Adam built this on a Friday as a side project. This is us just load testing it. It's not us not learning a lesson on our mints. This is just like, this was a side project. We were just trying to test it out today. So apologies if people aren't getting in. I can't get in either.
Yeah, me neither.
But it gives us a lot of feedback to be able to build this better in the future. It's
At least it's
Yeah.
good to know there's interest on that, so we can focus on time.
yeah,
You know.
100%.
Yeah, it's a good indicator. 600 people. It was as soon as it went to like 1 minute past, it was just flooded with people trying to get in.
Someone just called it a loading party. True.
Yeah, for those of you all stuck at the loading screen, if it makes you feel better, once you get in, you can't get out. You got to close your browser and just load everything up from scratch. I waited about 3 minutes on trying to get the boat to load, and I just wasn't going anywhere. I was stuck there.
Yeah, I think we might just have to put a cap at 100 for now and just provide a few different rooms that people can move towards, but it'll be first in, best dressed if you want to get into a certain room.
I could try put a cap on now and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trial by
Love
fire.
that, man.
Trial by fire.
Love that.
Doing it live.
So if you didn't catch that, the Craigie Almighty is going to try put a fix in right now and ship that out. So stay tuned. You may be given another chance to get into the Pumpkin Plaza.
No pressure, lads.
So yeah, there's a few people in the chat saying need a different server. Yeah, that's definitely an approach we can take here. Yeah, thank you for your patience, everyone. That is getting a lot of lag in there. Super Synapse has just posted a great gif of people squashed up together.
Thank goodness I took that code.
It may not work, but let's just try.
All right, we've got a live fix going at the
It's a
moment.
moving train. We're all trying to jump on.
Yeah. Best of luck. Everyone give Craig a love heart in the chat.
Let's
right
go,
now.
Greg.
That's
Do it.
He could be. He's that friend of the party who rocks up with pizza. Saves the party for everyone.
And tequila.
So someone's just sharing that we broke the Pumpkin Plaza today. That's already live on Twitter.
Some Island broke Polygon again. Not Polygon this time.
Yeah, I do want to say thank you everyone who has been claiming daily rewards as well. Not sure if anyone has paid attention, but we've shot up a lot on the DappRadar rankings. And so the great thing about whenever you submit a transaction is that leaderboards like DappRadar, they capture that metric and it goes towards your daily active users. And so I think before we were 8th on Polygon and now we're 2nd on Polygon, which is a more accurate representation because we know we've got a lot of daily active players. It's just not everyone submitting transactions every day, especially now that there is the block bucks that you can buy in bulk. And so this feature recently has been great to capture that. Hopefully this helps us getting back onto the #1 spot in games as well. It'll be a bit of a journey, but it feels good to be back up on that leaderboard.
100%. I think that was a very good implementation because, yeah, like you said, the sync was really our main metric before, but like syncing doesn't really indicate how many people are playing per day because syncing isn't always a daily action. So I'm excited for this. The rewards have been super nice as well. So
Yeah.
it's a nice little boost.
Especially with the block box. We were not getting a lot of
Oh yeah, that would have.
transactions going through.
Yeah, for sure.
Craig, how are we going on the update front?
I just pushed change, so it's just building and deploying now. So we'll see.
He built a completely new Pumpkin Plaza just for you guys, just in these 2 minutes.
Yeah, no promises. You never know, but you can always try.
Should we nuke all current?
Do it.
current WebSockets?
We've just hit 300.
Oh, on the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got the carrot counter sitting here as well.
Counting carrots. as
Counting
usual.
Counting carrots, counting pumpkins at the moment.
What's new, mate?
Look, nothing as exciting is just going on right now. There's just still in the works of getting our strategy of onboarding and going to the general public.
100x Hazard.
And then there's some, if anyone who's probably not interested, there's some exciting tax stuff happening in Australia, which I haven't been able to shut up about, but it's really good for our game.
Organizing GDC as well, yeah?
There is GDC as well, so that's in the pipeline, GDC. So again, for any of our San Francisco listeners, we'd love to see you out there. And for anyone else who's going to be there attending.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. For those of you that are aware, we are Australian based. There are a lot of crypto companies out there that go to the Cayman Islands, Jersey, Dubai, or somewhere where the regulations is a bit more lenient. In a lot of these cases, not every case, they do go to those off store, so they can bend the rules a little bit. But for those familiar with that project, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to build a genuine game, and so we do continue to build out in Australia. Unfortunately, that does mean that we've got quite a high tax company tax rate here. And do you want to explain what that? Just give a little summary around what that game offset in Australia will help us with.
Yeah, so it's not officially law yet, but it's looking very promising. It's a 30% tax offset for all gaming expenditure. So this isn't just for Web3 games, it's also for Web2 games. And the Australian government are trying to entice a lot of the big gaming companies like Activision or Tencent and the likes to come to Australia. So that's really exciting. I believe that Screens Australia also be at GDC promoting these good old Australia to the world. But the bottom line is it's never a better time to be in gaming here in Australia.
Definitely. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Did that go live, Craig? Because it looks like players have got back into the plaza and are moving around.
It did go live, yeah, but it's still looking pretty hard to get into.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it was the first 100 has been hit. Well,
Did
you've
you
got
put a
some
limit?
events coming in, don't you?
Yeah, I have events coming in. I think it's just so fast.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, you put a limit of 100?
Please stay tuned, folks.
Don't worry, guys. On Friday,
Yeah.
Adam will fix every single problem that was faced today.
Yeah, mate, we've already got a few hundred people in here. WebSockets opened. All right, this is why we can't have nice things at Sunflower. We might have to do a secret party next time so we don't get flooded with so many people.
Yeah, maybe we can have a quest to figure out how to get in.
It's a good one. Ancient Horse, if there is a Sunflowerland meetup, let us know. Definitely. Ancient, you'll be the first one to know about that. All right, it looks like we're going to put a pause on trying to get this party going right now. Hopefully by Friday during our live Twitch session, we'll have this party back up and running. It's good to know that we've got to cater for at least 600 pumpkins in this new party. I'm curious, if you're in the chat, do you have any suggestions for how we can manage such a large amount of players? There's a lottery. There's a queue. Queue's a good idea.
We should have a sectioned off area like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Pumpkin rarity.
Different areas for your level of your bumpkin. Super Synapse make the map larger but sectional, so we can still meet up with friends with different rooms. That's a nice approach. That's a common one in games. They call it partitioning with these large open world games that have millions of players. Instead of trying to render 1 million players at once, it only renders the players in your close proximity and it just ignores all the other data that's coming in. Ancient Horse said he'll be at the Bumpkin Pub. Bumpkin Inn. That could be a nice one.
Oh.
And so Super Synapse just asked a great question as well, is any way we can implement Pumpkin Plaza on ours and others' farms? That's definitely where we want this feature to go, where you can invite people to your island and they can hang out. They can see the crops you've got and how everything's going. Some people posting some comments around how tourists around how Blizzard handles it. That's interesting.
437 minutes expected wait.
So yeah, someone stumbled across the reactions feature in there. So that's very interesting. When you enter Pumpkin Plaza, you can use love hearts, smiley faces, and whatnot. There are also some locked reactions, so locked emojis that you need to reach a certain level. You may need to be a goblin. There's a goblin crown in there. If you have the goblin crown, you can put that above your head for a short period of time. And there's a bunch more unlockable emojis in there as well. All right, guys. Anything else we want to add to this weekly chat? Anything in the community?
Not that I can think of. Off
Yeah.
the top of my head.
We're kind of heads down right
Heads
now.
down, yeah. We're just still in this. The multiple bumpkin stuff is quite a big piece of work, and we're still. I guess we're all kind of heads down in that at the moment, doing little things on the side, like trying to get small things out of the way. You know, like something out there every day. But this is kind of like our big focus at the moment. Yeah, so I feel like we're kind of in that.
Yeah, I think if that's it, we might see if anyone from the audience wants to come up and jump in. Otherwise, we may end it early and go straight into fixing some plaza issues so it's smooth for next time. And Brandon, is there anything you wanted to add?
Oh, that's a good question by tourists there. For multiple bumpkins, is it 1 per tent? What is the tent limit?
Yeah, it's 1 per tent. So basically, like, you know, you have your main bumpkin, and then for every tent you bring in, you get another bumpkin on your farm.
Yeah, so one thing
Yeah.
that we kind of been talking about at the meetings with Romy the last couple of weeks is improvements to the user experience when trying to decorate the farm, particularly with the shovel. It's a little bit tedious to remove every single thing and then try to move it around. Did you guys all have a chance to talk about that yet?
I think that'll probably, you know, we have the work coming up where we're going to be able to move everything on your farms. And so it'll be part of that work. It wouldn't be a good use of our time to fix the shovel right now and then move into doing that massive piece of work. So it'll just unfortunately have to stay as it is right now until we get to that piece of work. But that's coming up soon. It'll be much easier to just move stuff around.
Yeah. Any other questions on Farmer's Chat?
I think following up on Tourist question here, with how many tents can you have? The initial number will be low, right? So would be aiming at no more than 3 bumpkins to start off with, aka 2 tents. Maybe in the future, additional tents could become available, but it's just I would say that would be very in game or very late game. You'd have to be quite high level for that because obviously more bumpkins means more power. So we need to be careful with how how many bumpkins get onto the farm.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of game design considerations around that. Raymar's just put in the chat, can we do dating on the Pumpkin Plaza?
Ooh.
Who knows, you might find your future wife or husband on the plaza. That would be nice.
Pumpkin wedding.
There's a few X's on there.
Yeah, there's been some great reactions right now.
Invite too many people.
We might have to wrap it up here so we can jump into some fixes. I feel terrible for hosting a failed party, but there's always room for improvement. At least you get a little bit of a taste for how chaotic these parties are going to get. It's not going to be a few bumpkins popping up. There's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of bumpkins coming into the plaza.
That's a question. Will the plaza be available for everyone from now on?
No, so the plaza will close in 27 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you got in there, very lucky. Craig did a little fix then to limit it to the top 100, first 100. We couldn't even get it. Yeah. All right. I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much, everyone, for your patience, especially during these experimental features. We will make a lot more improvements and keep you updated. Hopefully get this live, get everyone meeting each other and showing a few bumpkins.
See you later, everybody. It was nice to chat. Apologies about the party.
Adam needs to work on
Yeah, this is all on. It's all on.
Just like parties in real life.
Too many people turn up.
Too many dudes.
Can't get in.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that showed up to help test out this feature and see exactly how much it could handle. Apparently, the answer was not enough. But definitely appreciate everybody showing up.
Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. We will talk to you soon. We'll keep you updated with some more pumpkin parties.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Thank you all. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
All right. Everybody have a good one.